Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you.
What made you decide to come back?
Well, I always want to come back. I mean, I was in Auckland and Christchurch over the years, you know, with my brothers. And to have the chance to come here and play here in Napier, is it Napier Valley? Yeah, I hadn't been here before and I'd heard so much about it. And so that was the enticement. I wanted to come and play here.
And now you're here. What are your impressions of the Hawke's Bay?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and from the air it's magnificent. And I hope to get a good look around while I'm here. You know.
And I've noticed you brought a lot of family with you this time. Is there any reason why you brought them all along?
They wouldn't stay home. No. I wanted it to be a family situation. I didn't want to tour in the way that people tour. I wanted to experience each place I went to and not just jet in and jet out of places, you know, because we spent a lot of time in hotels over the years and I didn't want to do it that way, you know. I wanted to, I wanted my family to experience the places and not all of my family's with me, but the ones that are with me, they're having a fantastic time because it's not just one day here, one day there, you know.
And I understand some of your family members are playing with you.
Yes, my eldest son, Stephen, is on lead and a great singer. My niece is a wonderful singer and she's also singing in the show, at certain places in the show. And, but I don't want to give too much away. It's just that they're both with me, you know, and in a way it's like looking at my brothers. And so there's Gibbs all over the place. My daughter's working on the teleprompters and things like that. My wife is always at the side of the stage. In Australia, my mother and my sister and their family were always at the side of the stage. So yeah, it's been a joyous experience.
And what was it like going back to Australia, visiting those places that you spent parts of your childhood?
As I hoped it would be, which is really to rekindle the memories and to relive some of the memories and to go back to Redcliffe, which was which is where I was 12 years old and my brothers were 9. And that was the place we emigrated to, you know. And the mayor of Redcliffe, Alan Sutherland, has erected a statue of the group, and that's just mind-blowing, you know, to see that and to be there for the unveiling, as it were, you know. Fantastic.
Why have you decided to make this tour a tribute to your brothers?
Well, first of all, I didn't start out by wanting to use the word tribute. I started out by wanting to use the word celebrate, and so for me, I'm celebrating my brothers on this tour, and that the tribute in itself to me is something where a number of artists do it, you know. And over the next year or two I'll be trying to gather together as many people who sang our songs and who loved my brothers and want to be part of a show. That will be a tribute. This is a celebration.
And I understand you're hoping to take this celebration tour further, maybe, if this goes well, is
yeah.
it?
Yeah, well, I think it's great fun, and just being on stage is great fun, and I've really been hungry to play, you know, since I lost Rob, and just wanted to get back on stage again. So there's that hunger, and I think that hunger, it won't end here, and it won't end in Australia. It'll go on as long as I can go on, and you know what? It's probably the best band I've ever heard in my life. So that's another experience.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you.
Yeah.
And after all those years performing as a trio and then a duo, what sort of challenges come up performing on your own, performing Bee Gees songs?
Well, first suddenly you're doing as many songs as you did as three brothers, and you're doing them on your own, you know. But I have Sammy Gibb, Morris's daughter, to take some of those leads sometimes, and I have Stephen doing some of those things sometimes, and so that takes a little bit of pressure off me. But it is a lot of singing, and so I really have to be careful, don't catch a cold. You know, I didn't ever think I was in that position before because there was always 3 of us, and we would lean on each other if one of us got sick, you know. But suddenly it's down to one person, and that person can't afford to get sick. So. It's been good.
And how is it emotionally being on stage on your own? Is that tough, or are you sort of used to it?
It's overwhelming. It's suddenly it's on you, and the onus is on you to do a great show, and not on three of you, you know. And that's very different, and the pressure is enormous. But then I'm finding that I love the pressure. I love the pressure. It's like jumping out of a plane with a parachute, you know. I love this. This is okay. If it's impossible, I'll have a shot.
I was going to say, there must be something about touring which you love so much, hence why you're here.
Yeah, well, there's something about just being able to play. And I spent my life with my brothers playing to 10 people, playing to 1,000 people, and playing for 10,000 people and upward. And I find that the smallest crowds are the hardest to please, and the greatest crowds are the most intimate. So I'm learning that about it all, and I have done over the years. So whatever the crowd is, they'll get the best out of me that I can give them.
And with so much success, are you approached regularly by? You must be approached regularly by fans. Yeah. What's the strangest moment you've had with a fan? Have you had?
Oh God.
There's probably been so many.
Yeah, there are many, and there used to be a lot of people when we had our own studio in Miami. There used to be an awful lot of people that would stand outside the studio all day long, and wait for the three of us to come out and then have pictures taken, and they'd be there the next day when we'd come. Would you get that, please? Oh. So yeah, I can't think of any individual. There was one on the internet just recently that seemed like a complete loony, you know, but I won't get him in trouble. You know, answer to your question, that they've always been abstract fans, and they've always been people who have come up to us with like 20 albums and the strangest types of people. So with, you know, I enjoy it all. I can't pick at it. I can't criticize those people, you know.
Of course. And are there Bee Gees songs that they always want you to sing? Are there particular songs that just crowds, fans want you to sing? And if so,
well, I know
which
there
songs?
are songs that people want us to sing. They won't always be those songs in the show, so I just don't want to give anything away. You know, there are songs in the show that I just based it on singing the songs I love. You know, I don't wander into Robin's domain. I don't sing the songs he sang. I sing the songs that I love and that people know as my voice. You know, it's really me. It's not me trying to be the Bee Gees. You know.
And which songs are they? The ones that you love, that you like to sing?
You're so tricky.
I thought I'd give it a go anyway. And we talked a little bit about how you've protected your voice all these years. Cold water is the trick?
Freezing cold water is the trick for me, but I think not smoking is the best thing that I ever did in my life, you know, which is probably about 12, 15 years ago. I used to get hoarse all the time, and I used to always end up coughing every now and again, and I didn't know whether those things were just natural or whether you could get rid of those things, and I just quit smoking. And it took me a dozen times to do it. So, but since quitting smoking, my throat's never been stronger. So, and it does things now that I didn't know I could do. You know.
And what about, you mentioned before whiskey, I don't know if you were joking, is that something you don't indulge in to help protect your voice, alcohol?
No, well, I love sake. I love sake, I admit that. But I don't drink, and I don't drink any form of alcohol apart from sake.
You mean Japanese? I
mean sake.
Wow. What is it about sake that you like?
I love it. It's as long as it's the mildest form, you know, and you can drink more than one cup. That's for me. You know, I'll go down in a blaze of glory. But other forms of alcohol, no, not interested. Never have been really.
And is there anything in New Zealand you want to do while you're here that you didn't manage to do last time?
Well, I mean, I've never been here, so I want to have a look around, and got a couple of days before the show. And that's part of it, you know, is not just going into some place and staying in a hotel all the time, you know. But this is beautiful, and we've been pretty hectic for the past 2 or 3 weeks. So this is like, you know, we all get to take a breath, and we're going to have a barbecue this afternoon, and the band's coming over, and it's just going to be one of those typical quiet afternoons. Tomorrow, let's see, I'll have a look around.
And you're having a pōwhiri this afternoon, I understand.
A what?
A Māori welcome.
What's
A Māori welcome this afternoon? You're
what's
going
it,
to,
what? I don't know what that
the
is.
indigenous people here, you're going to have a
Oh
welcome.
yeah,
the Maoris.
The Maoris,
Yeah.
yes, I'm not familiar with that word. But yes, I believe so, yes. I think they're coming over this afternoon, and I'm going to be put through that ritual, and I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Have you decided when you might put your guitar down? Will you ever put your guitar down, or are you going to continue this for as long as you can?
Well, I have put it down in the past, you know, and then picked it up again. So I think I'll go down with it. I'll go down with it. You know, I'll keep doing this because while I can, as long as I can do it, as long as I can do it.
And if that's the case, do we have any future songs from you?
Oh yeah.
Any hints as to what?
Well, of the all kinds. I become a fanatic on American immigration music, the music before bluegrass and country music, and I've had the pleasure of working with Ricky Skaggs and people, and I love the mountain music. So I seem to be inclining into that. So I think it'll be. I hope it's a great shot at making a beautiful country album. That's what I'd like to do.
So it'll be more from Barry, not the Bee Gees.
Absolutely. Well, it really is. That's what it is now. You know?
Okay, cool. And of all your success, is there something you're most proud of in your career?
In my career, things I'm most proud of are really my kids, my family, and having 5 children, having 6 grandchildren. And so as far as pride is concerned, yes, I'm most proud of that. On a professional level, I'm proud of any and all the Lifetime Achievement Awards that the group has gotten. I'm proud of the Queen's Award, the CBE. I think that's something that's a great honour, and they're the kind of things we never looked for, we never searched for.
You're in the Guinness Book of Records,
Guinness
one behind Paul McCartney. I mean,
well, that's fantastic because he's my favourite songwriter. So you know, I'm delighted to be even in the same thought of in the same way, because I wouldn't have known those facts. You know. I do know that we've been in the American Billboard charts for 45 years, and that I'm proud of.
and if this is your last time to New Zealand, and we hope not, do you have
No.
anything you want New Zealanders to remember you by, or for this tour?
I'd like people to remember the songs. That's really the one vital factor in my life is writing songs, and I've been doing that since I was 8 years old, and never felt that there was anything else in life I wanted to do, and so that's what I want people to remember, you know.